You're walking through a park when a pigeon passes right in front of you. Step, pause, head forward. Step, pause, head forward again. The body moves, but the head seems to jerk back and forth like it's on a tiny spring. It almost looks mechanical. Once you notice it, you start seeing it everywhere. Pigeons, chickens, crows, even tiny birds in your backyard, all doing the same strange motion. And the question becomes impossible to ignore. Why do birds move their heads like that when they walk? Before we get into it, take a second to subscribe to the channel and leave a like if you enjoy simple mysteries like this. It really helps the channel grow. Now, here's the surprising truth. Birds aren't actually bobbing their heads the way it looks. What they're really doing is holding their head perfectly still. And that tiny detail makes all the difference. Most people assume birds move their heads forward with every step, but what's really happening is almost the opposite. When a bird walks, its body moves forward first, but the head stays frozen in space for a split second. Then suddenly, the head snaps forward to catch up, and the cycle repeats. So instead of the head moving continuously with the body like ours does, it moves in two phases. Hold, then snap forward. This movement has a very important purpose. It helps birds see clearly while they move. To understand why, think about how your own vision works. When you walk forward, your brain constantly stabilizes the image you see. Your eyes make tiny adjustments, and your brain processes the motion so the world doesn't look like a blurry mess. Birds don't stabilize vision the same way humans do. Their eyes are built differently. Many birds have very limited eye movement. Their eyeballs are almost fixed inside their skull. So instead of moving their eyes to stabilize what they see, they move their entire head. That pause in the head movement creates a moment of visual stability. During that tiny pause, the bird gets a perfectly clear snapshot of the world. Then the head shoots forward, resets position, and stabilizes for the next step. Hold, reset. Hold, reset. It's basically a natural camera stabilizer built into the bird's walking style. This is especially important for animals that rely heavily on vision to survive. Birds need to detect tiny movements, insects crawling, seeds on the ground, predators in the distance. If their vision blurred every time they stepped forward, they would miss critical information. So evolution solved the problem with a surprisingly clever trick. Pause the head, move the body, then snap the head forward. But here's something even more interesting. Birds only do this when they're walking. If a pigeon rides on a moving platform, like a treadmill or a sliding box, the head bobbing almost disappears. Why? Because the bird's body is no longer moving relative to the ground. The visual scene stays stable, so the bird doesn't need to reset its head position. This experiment revealed something fascinating. The head movement isn't about walking itself, it's about stabilizing vision relative to the environment. In other words, birds aren't bobbing their heads because their legs move. They're doing it because their eyes need stability. This also explains why some birds do it more dramatically than others. Pigeons and chickens, which spend a lot of time walking and searching the ground for food, have very pronounced head movements. Birds that hop instead of walk, like many small songbirds, show the behavior less often, and birds that rely more on flight or different hunting strategies may barely do it at all. Their bodies, habits, and vision systems shape how much stabilization they need. What looks like a quirky, awkward walking style is actually a finely tuned visual system working in real time. A tiny biomechanical solution to a very big survival problem. So, the next time you see a pigeon strutting across the sidewalk, pay attention to that strange rhythm. Step, pause, snap. It's not a nervous twitch, it's not a weird habit, it's a precision visual trick that helps the bird keep the world perfectly clear with every step it takes. And once you realize that, that funny little head movement suddenly looks a lot more like engineering. If you enjoyed this explanation, leave a like, share it with someone who loves random science facts, and subscribe for more videos like this, because sometimes the simplest things hide the most misunderstood truths.